Pugs are small dogs. They don't run very fast and they certainly don't jump very high. But what they lack in athletic ability, they make up for in observation. Pugs notice absolutely everything. And this story is about one pug in particular, a pug who noticed the most important thing of all. Our story begins in a quiet home, the kind where the sun slants through the windows just so in the afternoon. This was the kingdom of a pug named Ollie. For years, Ollie had been the sole furry ruler of this peaceful domain. His life was built on routines, comfortable and predictable. Morning naps were a sacred ritual, followed by short, leisurely walks where he could sniff every interesting scent along the way. Afternoons were reserved for his most important task, doing absolutely nothing, preferably in a patch of warm sunlight. Ollie's world was small, simple, and perfect. He liked it that way. Then one day, everything changed. The familiar rhythm of the house was disrupted by a new arrival, a tiny human. A baby named Leo. From the very first moment Leo was brought home, Ollie sensed the shift. The house didn't get louder, as one might expect. Instead, it became quieter, softer, slower. The hurried footsteps of his owners were replaced by gentle, shuffling movements. The loud conversations were now hushed to whispers. It was a new kind of quiet, one filled with a delicate, unspoken importance. And Ollie, true to his pug nature, noticed. He didn't bark. He didn't jump or get overly excited. He simply watched. He'd find a spot near Leo's crib, his head resting on his paws, his big dark eyes observing every little detail. He watched the gentle rise and fall of the baby's chest. He watched as his owners tiptoed in and out of the room. Ollie became a silent, furry sentinel, a guardian of the new quiet. Every afternoon, Leo would be placed on a soft blanket in the middle of the living room floor for tummy time. And every afternoon, Ollie would follow. He'd walk over and lie down beside the blanket, never too close to touch, but just close enough to be a comforting presence. He was a constant, a warm, breathing shadow in the corner of Leo's developing world. When Leo would wiggle his tiny hands and feet, Ollie would lift his head, his ears perked, acknowledging the movement. When Leo would let out a small cry of frustration, Ollie remained calm, a steadying force in the room. He didn't try to interfere or offer a lick of comfort. He just stayed. His presence alone was a quiet promise. Then one day, something magical happened. During his usual afternoon on the blanket, Leo, with a determined little wiggle, rolled over. He rolled right toward the warm, fuzzy shape beside him and came to rest gently against Ollie's side. Any other dog might have been startled. They might have jumped up or moved away. But not Ollie. He didn't move an inch. He just held his breath for a moment, then let out a soft sigh. He subtly adjusted his body, making a more comfortable space for the small baby nestled against him, and he stayed. He didn't move for the rest of the afternoon. From that moment on, something had been decided. Ollie chose Leo. It wasn't a choice made with barks or wagging tails. It was a deep, silent understanding. Ollie had a new routine, a new purpose. His person was no longer just the one who filled his food bowl, but the tiny human who now shared his space on the floor. As Leo grew, Ollie perfectly matched his pace. When Leo started to crawl, Ollie would walk slowly beside him, never rushing ahead. When Leo took his first wobbly steps, Ollie was right there, a four-legged support system, ready to catch him with his solid, comforting presence if he stumbled. Their adventures were not grand or exciting. They consisted of slow explorations of the backyard, long pauses to examine a ladybug on a leaf, and quiet moments spent sitting together on the porch steps, watching the world go by. Ollie never learned to fetch a ball. He wasn't the kind of dog to race around the park or chase squirrels up a tree. His energy was of a different kind. It was a steady, constant, and unwavering devotion. Years passed. Leo grew from a baby into a little boy, and Ollie grew from a young dog into a senior one, his muzzle turning gray. When Leo would later think back on his childhood, he wouldn't remember Ollie as a playful, energetic dog. He wouldn't have memories of wild games of fetch or wrestling matches on the floor. Instead, he would remember the warmth of Ollie's body next to him on cold mornings. He would remember the soft, snuffling sound of Ollie sleeping at the foot of his bed. He would remember a loyal companion who was always there. He would remember Ollie as the one who stayed. Because that's the beautiful thing about love, isn't it? Sometimes it isn't loud and boisterous. It doesn't need grand gestures or exciting adventures. Sometimes love is quiet. It's patient. It breathes softly, right there beside you, a constant and comforting presence through all of life's changes. And sometimes that is more than enough. Thank you for watching. If this story touched your heart, please give it a like and consider subscribing for more stories like this. We'll see you in the next one.